My family adored my ex-girlfriend, and are still inviting her to Thanksgiving and Christmas, completely ignoring and violating my boundaries and feelings. Original poster, you/awkward sweeta. My ex and I dated for 5 years. My family adored her, and it was assumed that we would be getting married soon. About a year ago, she broke up with me out of nowhere, saying that I was not enough of a man for her. Brutal, I know. After months of therapy, I started dating somebody new. Now, during my therapy months, my family had already invited her to certain events. My family asked me if she could still come, and because I still wanted her back, I said yes. As soon as I started to date someone new and my ex had attended her last invited event, I thought that was the end of it. Today, I found out my family invited my ex to Thanksgiving and Christmas. I thought it was a joke, but no, they love having her around. I put out a stern warning that if she was invited, I would not be attending. I restated what my therapist told me, saying this was unhealthy for me and was violating my boundaries. My family does not care. They love her. She doesn't have much family, and they want her included. My current girlfriend is obviously furious too. Every family member, including my mom and grandmother, are saying I need to treat it as if she were a friend and grow up. I don't know what to do. Any advice? Relevant comments. Comment 1. Do they know that she was the one who ended things? Response. They are very aware. They still think it's my fault. She had been going through a hard time, and I didn't take initiative in helping her with certain things. She needed help with some stuff around her apartment. I'm not really a handyman, so I didn't offer. She never asked, and she built up resentment towards me for months. That, among other things like gifts not being thoughtful enough and feeling like I didn't prioritize her enough, led to the breakup. My family supports her and felt I needed to step up as a man. I've already asked her to stop, and she doesn't seem interested in turning down the invitations. She doesn't have a good relationship with her family, so it's nice for her to be included. She thinks I'm being selfish. Comment 2. Don't go. Have Thanksgiving and Christmas with only your current girlfriend. If they can't respect your boundaries, then you have to enforce them. Response. This seems to be the sentiment. It just sucks being alone for Thanksgiving. It'll just be me and my girlfriend since her family is long distance. Comment 3. Why do your family think you need to step up and be a man? Response. Her and my family feel I am not enough of a handyman. My family is mostly union and construction. I work in tech. My ex expected me to take initiative on her apartment issues, and I am just not that guy. I'm also not very confrontational, so she felt I couldn't keep her safe. Those are just 2 examples. I'll give you a specific example that she stated during the breakup. Her sink had broken and was leaking pretty badly. Like, enough to fill up a bucket every 10 minutes. Her landlord wasn't going to be available for a few days, so she called me and asked me to come fix it. I'm very bad at handyman stuff. My first instinct was to offer to pay someone to look at it. She said a real man would have at least tried instead of paying someone. It wasn't just handyman stuff though. We had an incident at a bar where an old drunk guy was flirting with her. I am very non-confrontational, so I offered to go to a different bar or to tell the bouncers. She wanted me to confront him and felt I couldn't protect her. Little things like this added up in her head. Comment 4. Do you still have feelings for her? Response. I no longer have feelings for her. Through my therapy sessions, I learned we are just not compatible. She wanted me to be someone that I am not. She gaslit me into thinking how I am as a person was wrong and I needed to fit her ideal version of a man. It just wasn't a healthy relationship, and I should have ended it earlier. The reason I don't want her there is because it is disrespectful to my new girlfriend. I know my family would prefer me to get back with my ex, but that's not what I want. They should respect that we are no longer together and stop inviting her. Edit. Thanks to all of you for the advice. I'm gonna man up and tell them me and my girlfriend won't be attending. My family and her have already said it would be a cowardly thing to do to hide from my ex, but I don't give a frick. These comments reassured me this is not okay. I'm gonna take my girlfriend somewhere nice and spend Thanksgiving with her. I might even try to organize buying plane tickets and seeing her family for Christmas. I'll keep you guys updated if anything else comes of this. Update. Hey everyone. I appreciate all the advice and kind words I got in my last post. However, I don't have a good update, to be honest. Basically, I sent a mass text message to all my family explaining exactly how I felt. That my ex should not be at Thanksgiving or Christmas, and it was incredibly disrespectful. I told them they needed to choose between me and her. I made it clear that under no circumstances would I compromise on this simple request. That they were choosing my ex-girlfriend over their own son, and it was not okay. I also told my ex in a separate text that she was not welcome and I did not care if my family invited her. My cousin messaged me on the side agreeing with me, which was nice. However, the rest of the family did not see it that way. Family members responded by saying how selfish I was, how I knew she had nowhere to go for Thanksgiving, and that she has become part of the family. I tried to hold my ground by stating how not normal it was to invite someone's ex to Thanksgiving, but they just doubled down, saying she had become too close to exclude her. My dad specifically said I needed to stop being so immature, making ultimatums like a child. That message got a lot of iMessage likes in the group chat. My ex told me I was being an effing baby about the whole thing. That this was exactly the reason she broke up with me. That I could not handle even the possibility of confrontation and I was going to run away with my new girlfriend. I explained how not normal this dynamic was and I told her to go back to her family and stop trying to steal mine. She just sent back that it's not her fault, my family loves her, and stopped answering. I kept battling with my family over the weekend, but no one was budging. My mom called me, explaining how my ex was like a daughter to her and that my actions were breaking her heart. I asked her if she had any sympathy for me, considering my ex broke up with me, saying I wasn't man enough for her. My mom just said my actions were proving her right, and that kinda broke me. These fights were clearly going nowhere, so I put my money where my mouth is. I decided to book a short trip with my girlfriend and take her to a really nice restaurant. I let her know, and initially, she said she would like a nice getaway. However, yesterday she asked me to come over and talk. She said that this whole situation with my family was making her extremely uncomfortable. That she felt like she was in the middle of this battle between me, my family, and my ex. She said I was really sweet, but she couldn't be in a relationship with someone with this much family drama. I begged and pleaded with her, but she said she put a lot of thought into this and asked me to respect her decision. I'm effing pathetic. I can't even set boundaries with my own family. I'm going to take the trip by myself and think some things over. I'm not looking for additional advice, somewhere to spend Thanksgiving, or even words of encouragement. I just want to be left alone. Thanks for all the advice, but clearly, I need to work on myself. I think 2 things are clear. 1, my family doesn't like me very much. 2, I can be easily pushed around by people.